Welcome to another episode of Health, Wealth and Happiness.
I'm James.
I'm Joe, and welcome to the show. Okay, so today we've got a real treat for you. So from selling 3,000 Santa hats out of bin bags in Glasgow to sofa surfing in Dubai to co-founding and running Suited and Booted, the fastest growing and number one tailors in the Middle East, I'm very delighted to welcome our next guest, Ryan Smith.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you're doing well.
No, pleasure.
Nice one. Good to have you on board, mate. Nice one.
Okay, so who is Ryan Smith?
Yeah, a bit of background about myself. You're saying selling Santa hats out of bin bags, and I've came from a bit of an entrepreneur background for myself growing up. I didn't really know what entrepreneur was, but I grew up in Scotland, as you can imagine. You need to make money somehow. So I started making money at the school playground, and that sort of evolved into finding out what entrepreneur was, going for business meetings with guys who were businessmen and stuff like that, and getting knowledge and coffees and stuff, and just really diving into people's lives. I had a fascination about it. The story there with the Santa hats was one time me and my best mate was wanting to go to America. We both looked at each other's bank accounts, I think we had about 400 quid between us, and we're like, we're not going to America with that sort of money. Found out all these this sort of loophole, and we found these Santa hats. I think they were like 1.5 pence each, and we bought them. We bought all these Santa hats. This big Chinese box turns up at my door. My mum's like, "What's this?" We ended up going up the stairs. We went up to Glasgow, and within a week we sold them out. I remember the big old Sports Direct hold-all bags. We sold them out these Sports Direct hold-all bags for £1 each. The next thing you know, we're on a flight to America. So it was a pretty cool story, and it just goes to show you, if you've got something you want to do, you can sort of chase it, you know.
So what brought you to Dubai?
Yeah, so Dubai, I had two cousins over here originally living. It fascinated me, Dubai, actually, and you always seen the movies and the TV shows, etc. And it was a big pull for me, especially as a salesman, a sort of entrepreneur. Back then, even I was 21, and they said, I looked at different things, I didn't have any qualifications. I was like, what can I do? I can sell. So he had friends that worked in real estate, and they said, how do you feel about coming over and selling these multi-million pound houses? You're a millionaire in a year, you'll phone up your mum and say, I've made it. But it's not all like that. It's a graft, and I got there, and it's a commission-only job. And I arrived into it, and it was different, you know. And I remember I closed that deal in my first couple of weeks. It was a big thing for me, you know. And the guy beside me actually ran down a flight of stairs to try and steal the deal, and I goes, well, welcome to Dubai, you know. It was like, this place is cutthroat, but it is a great place for opportunities, I believe.
Love it. Fantastic. Suited and Booted then, how did that dream and how did it all manufacture into what it is today?
I think for Suited and Booted, I always had a fascination with suits. Again, just sort of growing up with my mum, and you didn't have much money. I always had the uncle with the nice car, and he had like a nice suit on, a nice old Jaguar, the classic. And he always looked sharp, and I always associated success with suits. So I always had a fascination. And I think even if you think about it, gents, you wear a suit to such an emotional experience all throughout your life, like your graduation, your prom, your wedding day, you're going for your first job interview, you're putting on your suit, you want to dress sharp, and you go into it. And I had an emotional attachment to suits. And so I ended up, the boys were all travelling out and about to other tailor shops in Dubai. So I was sitting on a sales floor. The guys were getting a lunch break, rushing down to Taylor's, which was a 35-minute drive away, doing a quick fit and rushing back. The manager's going crazy. We've left the office for an hour and a half. Where have you been, sort of thing? And I was like, in every other city in the world, the tailors come to them. So it was sort of the idea that came to me. Because I can bring suits to people. I love them already. It's something I'm passionate about, you know. And there's a gap in the market for it.
Love it.
Okay. So how long were you in Dubai? How long were you in Dubai for before you got into?
And into the tailoring side of things, I was roughly about a year. And to be honest with you, I got, like I said, you jumped into Dubai. I came to a commission-only job, and there was a lot of job hopping going on when I originally went into it, just to try and find something I was passionate at. And the grass, I always thought the grass is greener, and I think that's a big thing for salespeople, isn't it? And like over here, they always think the grass is greener. So I was like, right, you've got a job now with a salary package, right? I'll jump to that. Oh, it's a bigger salary package. I'll jump to that. And I job hopped for a bit, and I was like, I can't do this forever, you know.
How many jobs did you have that first year in Dubai?
Too many. Yeah, so I had a lot. I think the job hopping part is something a lot of people do in Dubai. We've seen it ourselves, and me and you've even spoke about it, George, separately.
Yeah.
It's like there is a big thing with that, and not actually getting committed and sticking to something and try to make yourself a success in that field, and sector. So yeah, and I remember launching Suited and Booted 4 years ago now, and I just thought to myself, what am I going to do? How am I going to find these clients and all the rest of it? I think I did like an Instagram ad, a post on Facebook, and somebody phoned straight away. And it was funny actually. My friends over here at the time didn't actually buy into the concept. I never understood that. It was like I always thought they'd be like the first ones to go out and do it, but we actually started getting leads organically, and it sort of grew. Quite rapidly. It was like, I remember we sold one suit and we sold 30 and then we sold 100, and it was just like, this thing's working, it's taking off,
Yeah.
Tell James about how you infiltrated that recruitment company.
So it was, I ended up, this is a story for a video, but I ended up going to, one of my mates worked in recruitment, and it was the time I was just job hopping. So you went for a commission only job. If you go to recruitment, you get a little nice base salary, and you can actually, you still earn commission, which is good if you're a salesman. And I was like, right, I need to get a job in recruitment. I sort of looked around, and this one came up, and it was sort of Google, quirky. It was like, had the AstroTurf in there, you got a coffee, you walked in the door, there's fruit on your desk, all this sort of things, and a big goal post, you play football in your lunch. It was quirky, because that's the one I want to work for. LinkedIn's a great tool. So I go on LinkedIn, and I'm looking on LinkedIn, and I find basically the regional director for Asia and in the Middle East, and he's here. He's in Dubai, and I message him saying, look, I'd love to come and work in recruitment. Is there any chance that I can get a job? I'm a hard worker, but the first in, last out, the usual stuff. And the guy's like, yeah, send me over your CV. He's like, what experience you got? I'm like, I've not got any experience. He's like, nah, mate, well, come back to me next May. There's like a graduate program you can come into or whatever. It's like a year away. I'm thinking to myself, I need a job. I need a job now. So I message him again, and the next day I was like, look, I'll make it work. Whatever I can do, I'll come work for you. I'll make it work. The guy's like, look, not a chance. So LinkedIn has a phone number, so I get the guy's phone number and I phone him up the next day. I was like, how you doing, mate? It's Ryan from LinkedIn. He's like, what do you want? And I'm like, look, I'd love to come and work there. I think I'd be a great asset to the company and all the rest of it. And then I remember, so the guy's basically put me off. I've texted him a couple of times after this, and then he's just put me off. And I always remember the story. People need to hear you say no 7 times, until you say yes. So anyway, it was Sunday morning. Sundays are Monday in Dubai. I get my CV, and I go to the office, and the receptionist at the time goes, oh, what are you here for? And I goes, oh, I'm here. She goes, are you here for the interviews? I says, yeah, I'm here for the interviews. I'm like, you're a dancer. I've got my CV under my arm. Sits me in a queue of people waiting to get interviewed, and it's all glass. It's the full front of the boardroom's just all glass. And I see the director, and he just burst out laughing when he seen me. So he does the interview with this lady, and the next one's, he comes out and he's like, what are you here for, mate? And I goes, I'm here to be interviewed. And it was just by pure chance of doing interviews that day. And he goes, I'll tell you what, if you could pitch to the full office tomorrow and tell me how you deserve this job, I'll give you it. And I went and pitched the next day, and he gave me the job, and it was sort of the first, financial security I had, and it allowed me to get my own apartment. I didn't have to share, or I didn't have to couch surf anymore. It managed me to get in my foot in the door. It was a big milestone for my movement into Dubai,
Do you think in that moment where you were hustling for this job, you kept turning up, knocking on his door, do you think it was in that moment that you sort of discovered to yourself that you were on for bigger things in your life with Suit and Booted and these projects?
I think that's a good question, actually. I think you kind of know, don't you? If you've got aspirations and dreams, I was always different. I was always trying to make money. I was even in the jobs. I know I job hop quite a bit, and I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. I was always working hard in the jobs. It wasn't like it was like first one in, last one out. And it was like trying to make something of myself. I was just 21. I was just young. I just thought the grass is always greener and that. But I think I always knew.
Fantastic, love it.
So what took you from that and having that security then, which you took so long to get, to giving all that away and start selling suits?
Yeah. And I think just basically what James was saying there, I think it is that drive, that thing you've got in you feel it in here sometimes as like a sales entrepreneur. You think this is it. I think this is the idea. And I never always wanted to work for someone. A lot. I know it's a sales job and commission and all the rest of it. I just wanted to go and do my own thing. And even if it meant I had to take the first year, we'll go into it in a second probably, but first year I hardly made any. We sold all these suits, but I got the cash flow wrong. I got the pricing wrong. I got the structure wrong. And it's I'm now 20, 23 in business. You've got your first business in Dubai. You're in the Middle East. There's not much support system here for you to do it. You need to either sink or swim. And I just remember taking a huge wage cut. I loved it. I loved every part of it. I loved the couch surfing. I loved the fact that I went there all the times and I texted them and I phoned them and I got into the actual job. I love all that. And I think that's something people try and become entrepreneurs or salesmen, but I think it's more a natural thing.
So you created your baby, Suited and Booted, and it's gone off. And now with the leading number one tailors in the Middle East, which is fantastic. What's made you the number one? What is it? Excuse my ignorance, and I'm probably going to get digged out about this later on in the interview, which I look forward to.
Totally digging him out. Totally digging him out. Let me just address how sharply dressed Ryan and myself are. So, okay, so how this all came about initially. So Ryan, I buy my shoes off Ryan. So
good, mate.
Again, obviously, so I know Ryan's story. Ryan's again got a real successful business in Dubai, so we invited him on the show. So I said to James, I said, look, mate, Ryan's going to come on. He's a tailor, obviously sells suits, makes suits. I said, so I will wear one of Ryan's suits. So put a suit on, and then I'll just let you talk through your attire, James. What are you wearing today?
I'm wearing a green jumper. Not looking as smart as Joe and Ryan, to be fair. I didn't get the memo.
What's the inspiration behind your outfit today, James?
Well, listen, there's no inspiration behind it. It's on branding with my brand behind me. That's all I'm going to go with.
Right, now with the dress that I can take the jacket off. So, yeah, moving on anyway. Well, I've lost what we were talking about then, to be fair.
I was saying to you, before I was dugged out there, I was saying, what makes you different and what makes, the suit game, like you found your USP to become number one tailors now? What's your route that you've gone down to position yourself where people are like, I just need to go with Suited and Booted. They're number one. How do you differentiate yourself in this market to become leading number one? Yeah,
I think one thing, and I never got it right the first couple of years of business, is branding's everything. Branding's massive, and we took on a company here called Grassroots. They're a great company. And they help brand us, get the right, because I built up a portfolio for myself, a client base, but everyone was saying, use Ryan Smith, and it was never use Suited and Booted. And that was a big thing, actually. So if you take it down to the branding side of things, it was like, right, I need to get guys to stop using just me as a person, which is great. I've got my own client base, but I need them to actually, you bring on other staff to go out and sell suits and deal with customers. So the branding was probably one of the big things we did. And then the second thing was market knowledge and who's good, who's not good. The craftsmanship for some of these boys in Dubai is phenomenal. Some of the best craftsmanship you'll see in the world. They're hard workers. The boys of their families all put money together to get them all to come to Dubai, make a living to support their family network. Some of these guys are phenomenal. And some of the guys we've got under us at Suited and Booted are really good. To the point we headhunted them from other stores we knew were good, then brought them all in, and we created a real family atmosphere. And we're the first sort of British mobile tailors. There's a lot of different nationalities here, but we're the first sort of British mobile tailors to actually open up.
That's a big one we haven't touched upon. I know you want to say something here, Joe, but with all the guys we've had on, we've spoke about marketing, we spoke about sales, but you touched on one there, culture. That's a big one. Culture and building an army, a team where everyone's pulling in one direction and everyone's on board. I think that's huge. What sort of culture have you built within Suited and Booted?
Yeah, and again, we're talking about that. There is a family aspect. I think even as the owner of the company, I still work 6 days, 7 days a week, every week, and it's like having that sort of, if you're out working first in, last out, like the boys that are making the suits, if you're going into the workshop and you're in there at 10 p.m, I think they respect that, and I think staff respect that as well. Another thing's actually just treating people right, paying people on time, and it's like, you've got a lot going on in the back offices and all that at workplaces where staff aren't actually been taken care of, and it's not just buying a pizza on a Thursday after you've or a Friday after you've gave them hell for a few months. It's like it's actually building a relationship where people can come to you if they ever need any help, if the door's always open.
Yeah, excuse me. I must admit that's a big thing for me as well. So I'm big on service, and with you guys, it's a personable service. So that, like I said, the quality is good. You're always there at the end of the message, the end of the phone call. I know obviously it's not always gone plain sailing for you.
Yeah.
Which I know you had a few issues a few years ago. And for me, how you handled that was the main reason why I've come back to you time and time again since.
Yeah, appreciate that.
I mean, can you talk us through what happened back then?
Yeah. So like basically, you go. But business is a funny thing, and you can trust people quickly in business. And I'm my personality was, I think I've been hardened, but I wouldn't change my personality for the world. But still, you can be naive. So yeah, I was basically with investors and other things. Basically, at a point, I was backed into a corner where there was no cash left in the business. I had no control over anything like that. Before we actually took on our own tailors, we used to get the stuff made in Italy and shipped over. So DHL, there was like guys' weddings, guys came back to, it was Christmas time. So it was like guys all heading all back for like the end of year event, tuxedos, everything inside this DHL, which not been paid for collection. I had no money. I couldn't even get the stuff out there. I remember all the guys were all going to their end of year work thing. I don't know if you were there, Joe, at that time as well. They phoned me up saying, "Where's my tuxedo?" And that we're flying to his. I was like, "It's definitely going to be out of DHL tomorrow." I had no idea. And then I had to like go and sit with over, I think it was like 50, 60 people, have a coffee and say, "Here's my current situation. Here's what's happened." But I always knew there was going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, you know. And I think if you're honest with people and stuff goes wrong every day in business, it's not sunshine and rainbows. People get into it thinking they're going to be this great success. The stuff goes wrong every day, and I think if you don't learn to love that process, when things go wrong, you fix it, and you sit back at the end of the day with your coffee or whatever. You're like, how did I get through? How did I get through that? You know, and you've done it. And I think that's massive.
So your low moments, and we've all had them through business or whatever. For you personally, how have you overcome them? You know, is it something that you've, you know, from a mindset perspective that you've got deep rooted that enables you to just keep moving forward, whatever? What do you put it down to?
I think it comes down to nature as well. Like I said, like the guys tell me I'm not getting the job. It's like, I'll go again. Like there's so many times, like Les Brown says a great quote: "If you're going to fall down, at least land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up." And it's cliche, and it's all the rest of it. But it is true. It's like there's so many times in life, even with everything going on in the world right now. There's a lot of people losing family members. There's a lot of bad stuff on the go. There's a lot of stuff going wrong with people. People's businesses are built for 10, 20, 30 years are closing down. If they're not adapting like to Zoom calls and all the rest of it, think of all the old school guys don't even know how to switch on a computer. They've built businesses and they're falling to pieces right now. And I think times, if even the darkest times of them, if you can learn just to think, right, I can go again. Like no matter how low this is getting, I can go again.
Okay. How easy is it doing business in Dubai?
Dubai, I think, is a very tough place. There's a lot of it cuts out the weeds sometimes, you know, really quickly. Dubai, I think. A lot of people do. I thought I was going to come over, like you said, "Mum, I'm going to be a millionaire in the first year. They promised me this and that. Next time I'm going to make this." And I know even from personally knowing Joe how hard he's worked at something for himself, you know, and like we spoke about it all our friends, like people get caught up in there's a massive lifestyle here, and it's one of the best lifestyles you ever have in the world. It's phenomenal. The sun's shining. It's amazing. But for like, so we're speaking about like Saturday's my busiest day. All my mates are at zero gravity or going to the pub or going for food or going out, do you know what I mean, to with girlfriends for dinner, and I'm delivering suits. It's like 9:30, 10 at night, and I think that is the difference, that a lot of people don't have that mentality. My business partner, for example, Joe's met him, Calvin. Calvin, when he first got here, got himself a little house in the middle of nowhere, basically, and he just worked hard, and he was probably one of the best brokers in real estate before he came on into the business. And he just
was in real estate before.
Yeah, that's what he originally done when he first came over. And that's all he did. He just worked. I just remember it 7 days a week. He just worked, and we could relate to each other. And even before he came into business, it was something you're just like, I respect that, you know.
I guess it's when it's your own baby, it's your own project, and you've built it up right from the bottom into what Suit and Boot is right now. You've just got that attachment for it to succeed.
Yeah, agreed.
Do whatever it takes.
Agreed. And the baby scenario is it, you know, it is your baby, like, and you do, when things go wrong and people say, "Oh, you don't ever hear you've got an ugly baby," you know, and it's like that is the saying for it, you know, but you always want to try and get it right, but you're not. And I think that's the big thing, you need to learn. You're not going to get it right first time, but it's how you adapt from that.
Gotcha.
So what gets you out of bed in the morning?
What gets me out of bed? I think we basically, James was saying, it is my baby. I don't, you don't really need that alarm clock to get you out and go for it. You know, you're like, what's next? We've got plans to expand, and I'll go back to just like everything else that's going on in the world, even with coronavirus, etc. as well. The plans to expand back to the UK, go to Saudi this year as well, and all these other things. It just goes on hold straight away. So, but I still think that motivation to still build and grow and adapt, that's what sort of gets me out of bed in the morning. I love it. I love what I do.
You touched upon Corona there. I think that's pretty cool. To ask you, what are you doing right now to pivot? Is there anything you can be doing?
Yeah, so we're still getting a lot of leads coming in, which is amazing. Especially we've got a lot of clientele who are looking to support us after we reopen. Right now, the workshop closed. Staff and health comes first. Obviously, I'm not going to put any of my guys in risk to any of that at the moment, and ourselves, you know. But so the back office stuff we're working on, type forms we're working on. We did a really cool data capture thing. I never had a CRM before. Gave me a chance, not that chance to actually. The businesses you're firefighting all the time if it's busy, you know. And you're like get caught up in the data. You don't actually set aside time to think, right, I need to build a CRM, I need to do this, I need this campaign, all the rest of it as well. So this week we did a type form. We're giving away a free suit, but it allowed us to capture hundreds of people's data recently, and like name, address, number, just things we didn't have before. Which I'll send over to you guys as well. It's a great competition. And that just allows us
you have height restrictions on the suits though.
I'm already entering that. I'm filling it out right now.
Oh, you best make sure you charge him twice.
Yeah, that sort of thing, like even Zoom call with our clients, doing interviews like this. We've done a few podcasts recently as well. Touching base and keeping in touch. It gave us actually a chance to build a more personal relationship because our clients are just sat at home, pick up the phone, see what they're up to, see what they're doing. You know, my sort of industry, I've got a lot of friends out of the business.
So are you investing much into sort of social media, into the marketing side of things? Yeah,
even for myself, just to learn it. Like there's time in my hands now. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to sit and nail through Netflix at the moment. I can actually get time to watch YouTube and even my friends here in that industry have passed me like links to stuff and learn stuff about it, you know, and it's given me a chance to actually adapt that side of me now as well, which I never had before. Yeah. And I think that's a big thing. What you're doing now, you're a personal trainer. I've not had I work 7 days a week. I don't have a chance to work this time. I've got a chance to work out, you know, and actually focus on myself, and which has been great. It's funny, I always thought to myself, I'd love a week off, I'd love 2 weeks off. It gets to the month stage, I'm like, right, let's get back to work here.
Yeah. Okay, so you're producing content yourself?
Yeah, and I think that's a major thing for any business. I think you should be producing content on all platforms, and it's something that's actually grew my business. I touched on before, the boys at Grassroots do a good job with the actual professional side of things for that, like the videographs and all the rest of photography and what we're doing to actually put a brand behind there. But actually myself, like touching like base with all clientele, tagging them in. I think Insta stories, it's free. It doesn't cost you a penny to put up an Insta story and say, here's what I'm doing. This is what's going on. What suit do you prefer? Here's how to wear a navy suit. Here's not how to wear a navy suit. Here's how to wear a grey suit. What's hot for 2020? The summer's coming in. Let's talk about it. Do you know what I mean? And I think actually keeping an audience engaged, even at this time, is huge.
Yeah,
love it. For you coming out the other side of coronavirus now, when this all blows over, what are the goals and what's the vision for you? What's your vision for life taking, Suit and Boot forward? Where's it going to go from here?
Yeah, I think for us, the plan's still the same. The plan won't change. I think the world will adapt. Who knows how quickly that will happen? When will this end? Nobody knows, Just for myself, even like the plan's still to go to the UK, the plan's still to go to Saudi. None of that changes. I've got about 70 odd suits I need to deliver as soon as the doors open that week. It's like people are going, weddings will be back on, and life will resume. It's not going to change dramatically in that sense. I think it will just be right. Let's go again, and we've got a plan for the next few years, and just stick with it. Nothing like that will ever change.
Fantastic.
So if you could do it all again, what advice would you give an 18-year-old Ryan Smith?
18-year-old Ryan Smith, dear me. To be 18 again only feels like yesterday. For myself, I think
actually, that's a good point. How old are you anyway?
27. I look about 95, but that's entrepreneur life for you. People are like, you're 35. I'm like, no. 27. I think I'd give the advice of be careful. A guy once said to me, you see sheep in wolf's clothing and wolf clothing on sheep sometimes, and never put them in different boxes and categories, actually get to know somebody. And not everybody's actually out to help you, but there's people like, big thanks to Joe and all the rest, that passing they low points, people got behind me, and I did really respect that, actually, the sense of like handing out numbers, handing out business cards, like, this guy's a great guy, something's happened to him, let's rebuild it with him. And we're talking on Dubai, actually, building a business in Dubai. If you got a good community, we're talking about community with the workers, but actually a community based with your clients is huge. Actually getting that sort of family feel within the client, which is hard work, keeping in touch with clients when you're that busy, But when you build that, they'll have your back, and when things go wrong, they'll still have your back, And thankfully, we came out the other end, and things are looking well. But 18-year-old Ryan Smith, I would be saying, watch who you're in business with, watch people well. Not everyone's got the best intentions. And we'll pause there, guys. Is it working? It's away.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, we've got you.
We've got you.
Okay, cool. Okay, so for the benefit of the listeners, how do we find you?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, website, Suited and Booted Dubai. Check us out, give us a follow. I'd appreciate that massively.
Fantastic. And they can fill out this type form as well, but bearing in mind, I'm filling mine out already. I'm going to win this competition, by the way, because I need one. Just the listeners tuning in, okay? You're up against me here. So where can they find this type form? Is that a type form there for people to fill out?
I'll send it to Joe and we can get a post email.
Yeah, send the link through and I'll share it with all the listeners as well.
Perfect, guys.
Cool.
Excellent.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
I appreciate it.
Nice one.
Cheers. Take care. Bye now.